Happy Wednesday, sophomores. Good to see you guys, sort of. I mean, I can't really actually see you, but I've probably said that a bunch of times, but that's how it goes. All right, so we are going to be translating today. We're going to be doing the middle section. So on the, if we were to compare this translation to a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, this would be the peanut butter and jelly, because it's in the middle. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, so we're going to be doing the middle section today of our translation. So we did lines 1 through 7 yesterday. Today we're going to do lines 8 through very beginning of 15. Okay, actually just to the first, like to the period on page 15 or line 15. Okay, so go ahead and pause this video and go from nihil line 8 to the writ on occurrit on line 15. All right, and let's see what you got here. This is a rather somewhat humorous little encounter that our friend Horace has as he is walking along in the forum. So couple, just bringing you up to speed from yesterday. So he has this guy that runs up to him and talks to him, and he tries to give him the slip, tries to leave him behind, but this guy just won't let him go. And he asks Horace, where he's going, and Horace tells him. I guess Horace just tells him he's going to a friend's house. So normally speaking, you tell someone you're going somewhere, they'll let you go, they leave you. But as we'll see here, this guy doesn't do that. So line 8. So nihil habeo, and this is the guy that's with Horace, the boorish fellow. If you look at the top of the story, so I have nothing that I am doing. I have nothing which I am doing, and I am not lazy, or I am not slow. All right, and then sequarte, I will follow you. Okay, so the guy's like, I've got nothing else going on, and I can keep up. I can keep up. I'll just come along with you, Horace, to your friend's house. Yeah, that makes sense. So let's look at a couple of grammar things here. So nihil habeo, I have nothing, and then quod agam. This would be an indirect question. Okay, I have nothing. Which I am doing, what I'm doing, okay? And I'm not lazy, all right? So I'm not lazy, I'm not slow. And then sequarte would be a future, I will follow you, okay? Next, and this is just kind of back into the narrative, when Aramus, we had come to the temple of Vesta, with a fourth part of the day already having passed. And then this next part, literally, it had to be responded by him to a lawsuit. More normally, he had to respond to a lawsuit. So this guy's in trouble, all right, this guy that's following him. And then if he should not do this, he would lose the lawsuit. All right, so this guy's in trouble with the law. And he's up here bothering Horace. All right, so this is not a good situation. So let's look at this sentence. This got some good stuff in it. When Aramus, pluperfect. To the temple of Vesta, so to the temple would be accusative, place to which. Vesta, genitive, possession. Vesta, remember, is the goddess of the hearth and home. She was very, very near and dear to the Romans' hearts. They had a temple to Vesta, and Vestal virgins that attended the temple, and it was a very, very honored position to be a Vestal and to attend there's a fire that was in her temple that was kept burning. It was very important position in the Roman state, to be part of the Temple of Vesta. All right. And then with a fourth part of the day already having passed, so this is an ablative absolute, also an ablative of time when. Okay, so it's kind of a both thing, both and going on with a fourth part. And then of the day, with a fourth part of the day, this would be a lovely example of a partitive genitive. All right, so with the fourth part of the day already having passed, and then we have this respondendum erat. All right, and this is a lovely passive periphrastic, which is like my favorite thing ever as far as grammar goes. Passive periphrastic, remember, is a way of showing necessity. Okay, so literally, it had to be responded by him. We would probably say he had to respond. All right, and passive periphrastics often will have a dative of agent, which is what that illy is. All right, that's the he had to respond to the lawsuit. Okay, and then the last part of the sentence, we have a condition. Man, this sentence is great. Just packed full of grammatical goodies. What more could you want? I mean, seriously. So you have a condition, your two verbs, faciat and perdat, both of them are present subjunctives. All right, so that's the we fear a liar or we eat a friar, depending on what you're into at the moment. So faciat, present subjunctive, perdat, present subjunctive. All right, so when you have two present subjunctives in a condition, that gives you the future less vivid. All right, so that's the should, would. All right, so unless he should do this, he would lose the lawsuit. All right, continuing on, si me amas, literally, if you love me, but it's kind of an idiomatic way of saying please, okay? Because obviously Horace doesn't have any, like, love for this guy, but it is a bit of an idiom. So si me amas, so if you love me, or please, please, he said, remain here so that you may help me. All right, so remain here so that you may help me. Okay, or in order to help me. So mane, mane is an imperative, so giving a command, and then you get a purpose clause, so that you may help me. All right, so this guy that he just meets wants him to stay for his legal proceeding, because he wants some help. So what do you think Horace is going to say? All right, and Peream, this is Horace answering, let me perish, let me die, if I know civil rights, civil laws. Okay, so basically, Horace is saying, I want absolutely nothing to do with this, all right? And I don't know anything about the law, about the legal proceedings, okay? So Periam, let me perish, let me die, if I know civil rights or civil laws, all right? And then inquam, I say. Now, periam there is a subjunctive, present subjunctive, and this would be a lovely jussive subjunctive, so that kind of a, not really usually we say a polite command. This one's not really a command. It's more of that kind of a exhort, like a more of a wish, actually. So let me die if I know civil rights. Okay. And then the fellow asks, what should I do? All right, what should I do? Or what am I to do? He said. All right. And then he says, Am I to abandon you, or should I abandon you, or the lawsuit? Okay, so this guy's like, Horace, do I leave you behind, or do I just ignore this lawsuit over here? Okay, this guy is not the sharpest pencil in the box. All right, and Horace answers, me, leave me alone. Okay, and then the guy answers him, non faciam. I will not do this. I will not do it. Okay. Um, so, our last sentence here. Horace is going to have a friend come up here. Then Aristius Fuscus, great name, great goldfish name for those of you keeping track. Then Aristius Fuscus, a dear friend to me. Okay, and this would probably be or you could say a friend dear to me. So like a dative with that adjective, carus. All right. A dear friend to me or a friend dear to me runs up. Okay, so then Aristius Fuscius, a friend dear to me, runs up. All right. So before, Horace had this random guy run up to him. Now he actually has a real friend run up to him. All right. So that's where we're going to stop for today. And we'll find out what happens actually on Monday. How if Horace gets delivered or not. We'll have to see. So just a couple things to make sure you're aware of. I did post a little homework assignment for you, practicing with some of those place constructions that we looked at yesterday, and just some translating with that. Remember with cities, towns, small islands, and domus, humus, and rus, you will not have prepositions when you're dealing with place where, place from which, place to which. Okay? And you can also have the locative case with the place where, so that's exciting. Okay? So make sure you do that assignment. It's pretty short. Okay? Make sure you do that by today, 11:30 tonight, so you got some time. And then for tomorrow, for Thursday, make sure that you have books 9 and 10 read for the Aeneid, and make sure those discussion board posts and questions for each book are completed. Okay, and then for next week, you'll have your vocab quiz Monday, and then we'll do our test on Wednesday. Okay, and then we'll finish up the Aeneid on Thursday. All right, so that's what we got coming up next week. All right, as always, let me know if you have any questions. All right, and I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later.